Okay, I'm back in my craft room now, and as you can see from the sunflowers, I've got them all on my desk. I'm going to move this a little bit to see if I can't get you guys in closer. Let me put my dog down. Hang on. So I don't... There. All right. As best as I can, that's the closest I can get without driving myself crazy and knocking you guys to kingdom come. All right. Get down. Okay. So, as you can see, a lot of the leaves sort of came off when I peeled them off the wax paper. With that being said, what I was going to do was to use the entire sunflower with the leaves. I didn't realize the leaves would get so delicate afterwards. All right, so I'm going to be plucking some leaves while I think, because even this by itself is still pretty. So anyway, well, you learn something new every day, and this is what I learned new today, that sunflower leaves dry out and come out when you dry the sunflower. Interesting. See how pretty that is? And then another thing occurred to me while I was moving my video camera into here, was that the sunflower is too big for what I thought I was going to use it for. So I wouldn't be able to use it for what I was going to use it for anyway, even if the leaves had stayed in. I'll show you what I was going to use. I'll show you what my original idea was going to be for this. Oof. Oh, it broke. All right. All right. Okay. Now we got two separate piles, leaves and centers. Now this is what I was going to do. See the thing? I was going to make a spine jewelry with this hanging off, but now I realize this is too wide and it would look ridiculous. So now I've got to rethink how I'm going to do the spine jewelry. So anyway, let me show you what I've been doing. This is raised, as you can see. I made this out of modeling paste, and I haven't done the front cover yet because I need to order an Amazon order, and the stencil I want to use I have to buy because all the stencils I have are too big. The sunflowers are too big for this. So here we are again. Waiting for me to get enough extra money so I can make a $200 order to Amazon. Yeah, and trust me, I've looked at it and I've deleted and I've added and whatnot until I drive myself absolutely bonkers with it. So at one time I had $400 in my basket ready to buy, and I was like, yeah, you can't afford that. So you have to judiciously decide what you're going to purchase. So anyway, while I decide what I'm going to do for my new, for whatever I'm going to do for the spine now, which I have no clue, I'll tell you what I will do since we're working on the spine. What you're going to need to work on the spine is an awl, okay? Or a pointy tool. Now, a while back I turned these from gold to copper. And what I do is I still haven't found my flower box for my flowers. Yes, I actually have a box of dried flowers just for flowers. Now I can't find it. Talk about driving yourself crazy. Now, what you ultimately need to do is make sure that when you poke this in, that you have enough room to make this split on the back without coming up the top. So I put it down maybe a ½ inch to 1 inch, and I go, and I've marked it how far up I want to go. The end of that, it stops the pokey tool from going all the way through. So you sort of hold this together like that, and then you just poke it through. Flip it over. Flip it over so you can see what in the world I'm doing. Ouch. All right. See, if you had it up any further, then you'd have to cut this portion off with your jewelry clippers. I mean, you don't really want to do that. So, yeah. See how lovely that looks? And that's where we'll put the spine jewelry once I decide how we're going to do it. So, this is the boring part, I'm sure. Oh, just in case you wanted to know exactly how far down I went, let's get out my handy dandy measuring tool. All right, this center is where the pokey thing is, and that is 1 1.5-ish, 1.5-ish. So, and like I said, I eyeball it. I don't really pay much attention to how far down it goes. And I just approximate. Now, you'll want to have your, even if it's a small one, you want to have this under here because you'll be stabbing your desk or cutting your desk or, you know, poking holes in your desk. And I've already cut a few holes in this desk. Shh, don't tell my daughter. Funny thing is, she actually watches my videos, so now she knows. Sorry, boo-boo. Now, sometimes, instead of killing your fingers to do this, I just go like that to poke a hole in between so I don't poke my fingertips so badly. And you can use this portion of your tool to poke them down as well. So there's the book, second book. Now, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm missing 2 of my book covers. Where did I stick them? Oh, botheration. All right. Right here, I think. Yeah, here's me forgetting I'm videotaping. My bad. All right. Yeah, it would probably be preferable to have the now the question is do I want to be a type A personality and fix that? All right. Shoot. Well, the only good news is that that hole needs to be over here and will be hid eventually anyway, so you can hide your mistake. Yes, I know if I would have measured, I wouldn't have this trouble, but oh, look at that. My hole where I should have been is right between these two. Ugh. Ugh, I say. Ugh. Now, let's see. Let's experiment, shall we? Yes, we shall. All right, what I did was I stuck one leg in one hole and the other leg in the other hole. Yeah. Now, let's see what havoc I just have wreaked. All right. Yeah, see that? I've got to go get my cutting tool or my, let's see. Here we go. Here's my jewelry clippers, and I sometimes have to clip. Yeah, there we go. So that's how you problem solve on the fly. So for those of you who didn't catch what I did, I put one leg in one hole and the other leg in the other hole. And the only problem is now this is going to be, ugh, there. See what I just did. Oh, this is what I just did when I turned it. So, all right. Now it's centered. Ugh, April. Ugh, I say ugh. All right. Oh, there are the other two. All right. Now let's see if we can get it between here and make it even. All right. This is what you do when you put the, this is about, 3.5. So 3.5, 2.5, 2. So about right here, I think, right here. So that's 1 and 3. No. About right there, I think. Yeah. All right. So that I hit about 1.5-ish. So. And each spine is going to be different, a different size. So if you must measure, then, you know, measure. I am usually better at eyeballing it, but I've had a very long day. I've been up since 1:30 this morning with insomnia, and I'm just so stoked that I got another video up for you guys. I wanted to do another one and have it premiere tomorrow morning. If I can render it tonight, we'll see. I still have issues with memory on my cell phone, so I'm still needing to buy a memory stick to download all my pictures off of my cell phone, and then I'll have plenty of room. Until then, all right, this is the last one. Now I'm partial to hidden spines, and so you'll find me putting the spine these are spine brads. I can't really remember the real name of them. They're door knockers. These are door knockers. Door knocker brads. If you put that into Amazon, you'll find them. It's still not quite the proper name for them, but I just can't remember them off the top of my head. So anyway, I'm not really here to promote products, but I know some people, oh, I like that. I've never seen that before, and want to know what the names of things are. And I'll tell you once, but it'll probably be the last time I discuss the names of things. Unless someone asks me, of course. So there you go. There's jewelry. The spine jewelry's on. Okay, now this is what the corners will look like. And what I do is I put 2 on like that, and then I put 2 on the back. But it just occurred to me, yeah, I can glue that on top of that. All right. Now for this, I use E6000 because it's a... So this is what it looks like, E6000. And it is, this tube is made out of of aluminum or tin. I don't know exactly what that's made out of, but yeah. Again, you can see I use my teeth on this. That's a bad peanut for doing that. But anyway, I do it. What can I say? And then I just put the glue on like that. Now with this glue, you want to put it down and put it exactly where you want to. Ugh, April. Ugh, I say. You don't want to be dragging this everywhere. Have a tissue on standby so you get the glue out of the little holes. Now what I do is I don't like this glue on my skin. It's probably very bad for you because it stinks to high heaven. Anyway, this is what I do with it. And I just let them glue overnight like that. And then I keep on doing that until all 4 of them on the outside. I'm not going to do the inside right now, but eventually these book corners will be on the inside as well. I am so excited that you can use your gilding paste on these hinges or the hardware like this, because now I can change them to different colors just with a gilding paste. And I'm so excited. Will save me a lot of money for buying copper stuff. I could just make it, you know. Normally I use a lot of gold corners. This is the first time I've wanted to use copper. And I was like, oh, these copper corners are so expensive. I found them on Amazon, but I was just like, I can't afford this. So what do I have? What can I do? And I got to thinking about the bronze. You know, I have a lot of brass ones and silver ones that I don't use a lot of. And so I said, oh, well, let's just see if I can't make something with my copper gilding paste, because it's, you know, you can use it on metal. It's designed to, gilding paste is supposed to be used on wood and metal. Turned out wonderfully. Oh, I'm so excited. It took me a year and a half to use a whole tube of this up. So I've got to go look at Home Depot to see how much this is at Home Depot and compare it against Amazon. And if it's cheaper at Home Depot, then I'll buy it at Home Depot. If it's cheaper on Amazon, I'll have to wait to get it. But I do need to buy some more of it. And I think that's why I have only one tube, because I think I did buy this at Home Depot. You always go where the stuff is not as expensive as other places. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna pop over here and stuff my, what is my dog eating? What are you eating now? Oh, you dropped, oh, bad bandit. All right, now that I'm done yelling at my dog, he chews everything. I don't know what to do. If your dog is a chewer and you broke him of it, let me know how you did it in the comments below. Pretty please. I buy him, you know, like I showed you in my last video, these big ginormous bones, and he has a fit. And he still chews other stuff that he knows he's not supposed to be chewing. That's why he's looking up at me saying, I'm sorry, Mommy. All right. Stop it, Bandit. Now I can only put on as many of these corners as I have clamps. And I only use, when I have big clamps like this, I only use 2 on a corner. The smaller ones, I will use 3. Every time I go to the $1.25 store now, I have to think about whether I'm going to get some more clamps from there. And so far I've resisted. Because I will be impatient on a few things when I'm crafting, but for the most part I try to, you know, plan what I'm going to do ahead and note, oops, I am so sorry, and plan ahead what I'm going to do, because I know how long it takes different things to dry, and I know I need to be patient and wait for stuff to dry in some cases, and other cases I get impatient and I always regret it. So, okay, now, all right, that'll be all right. The thing about with this hardware, it bends really super easy, which is nice, because once I clamp it to the book with my clamps, then it molds itself to the shape of the book, and it turns out quite nice. But the way it bends is the reason why I desperately need to use clamps. Because sometimes, as you can see, they stick up. So you have to sort of force it to stay, you know, down while it dries, or else it wouldn't dry properly. So, anyway. Maybe I'll go to the Home Depot tomorrow to see how much E6000 is. It's probably gone up since I last bought this, because I bought this before the pandemic, and no, I bought this in, let's see, August of, no, it was in August of 2021, I believe. Yeah. So there we go. That's the end of my corners. I'll do the rest off screen, I'm sure. Because I don't have any more clamps. Oh no, I have a few more clamps. I lie. All right. Usually what I do is I get all my clamps together and put them on a pile like that, and then I start doing corners. All right. Thought I had a little bit more. Yay! Okay. Doesn't take a lot to, you know. All right. My hands are getting gross. The thing about E6000 is that it'll ball up like that and you can't wash it off. I refuse to, I've seen some or heard some, watched a few people who complain of, you know, really dried out hands and hands that hurt because they'll scrub off with steel wool the glue off their hands. No, I'm not that. Nope, won't be doing that. And I'll just let it wear off. I mean, the damage is already done because this is, you know, a toxic glue that I'm using. So who cares if it is on my hands? It's on my hands already. What I do try to do is clear this so it doesn't stick so badly to the so I can put the lid on without it drying out. That's the key to keeping this glue fairly nice, and as long as I've used it, is keeping the glue around the nozzle from gunking up so badly that it causes me problems. And then I just go like so. Clamp it as fast as I can, and I'll do the rest of these off screen. Now the only other thing that I need to think about, and I've already thought about it, I have 6 books, so I have 6 of these. Now I want this to be about right here, because I want the flower I'm going to stencil on here to be on this side and has leaves going out this way. So I think that's where I want it done, but right now I'm not going to put it on. I have to wait for the stencil. So anyway, that's my video for tonight. I hope you enjoyed it, and we'll come back for the next installment of Theme Journals. You all have a lovely evening now. Good night.